Hey guys, so today in English we had an assignment. Now normally we get like writing assignments at the beginning of class and then you have to write like a paragraph or a story or a poem or something. And normally I get done with that with like before the tardy bell even rings. But today was different because sometimes I go through days where I don't care about anything anymore. Not what I get in school, or how I feel, or even talking to other people. I just completely black out and block everyone out. And there's no reason for it either, it just happens. I don't know why it happens, it just kinda does. Wait, let me turn this thing off. You should be able to hear me better now. Sorry. But today was different. And I was having one of those days where I just didn't care anymore, and so I had my earbuds in and I was just listening to music the whole day. I had Dodie Clark and Hazel, I always forget her last name because I only just recently subscribed to her, but Chewing Sand and Dodie Clark. They're here on YouTube. I'll leave links to them, and I'll leave links to the songs that I was listening to. But I was just listening to their songs on a loop because that's what I wanted to listen to. But yeah, and then like I was also having one of those days where the me inside of me that nobody else gets to see, the one that you talk to, and just what I'm talking about. And she was constantly like pushing down on me all day, and that happened, so I was used to it, so I just kind of went with it. Then I walked into English class and I got our assignment today, and it was to answer the 5 questions that was on the paper and write at least a sentence for each question. And it was different this time, because normally it's about like, what would you do in this situation if you were in like Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. But we're starting to learn Hamlet, and I'm thinking I like Hamlet the most out of his stories. But let me just read you the questions that she had given us. What does being alive mean to you? How do you assign value to life? What makes life challenging? What makes it worth living? Describe a few examples that help show your thinking about how people should value life. My heart, stopped. It took me about 10 minutes before I could even write my first word. I sat there and I was like, wow, for once, somebody's actually asking a question that I get stumped on. But I did answer all of them, and these were my responses. To the first question, what does being alive mean to you? I answered, it means finding something to live for, even if it's something as simple as feeding your cat. Second question, how do you assign value to life? Can't. What makes life challenging? Everything that gets you in your way, even if it's yourself. 4. What makes it worth living? This one I kind of had a different response on. That's something unique to every individual, which it is, because my reason isn't going to be the same as yours. Mine could be so that my cat has a companion and has someone to love on. Yours could be a family member or a friend at school, or just something completely that I have thought about or I will never think about. It's different for everyone. And 5, describe a few examples that help to show your thinking about how people should value life. My answer, I think if they choose to still be alive or put off offing themselves, they found something of value enough to keep going. They find something to hang on to, even when life has left their eyes. And I really do believe that. If you keep putting it off, then obviously you found something. You found something or someone, and that's good. And you should hang on to that, and you should keep it close. Now, don't strangle it, because then it'll want to leave. But hold on to it. And, because you've moved on to the next day, and the next day, there is part of you that hopes or knows, or even, I don't know, just some part of you knows that it's going to get better. Now, I'm on a bit of a rocky road at the moment, so I'm kind of just at that place where I'm like, oh my gosh, everything is going downhill, my life is crap, what's going on, how am I ever going to survive this? But I know I'm going to get back up there. Now, to go back onto this topic, I do a couple sketches throughout the day, because whenever I'm feeling like this, I write or I draw, and it helps calm me down, because I know when I'm like this, I don't like talking to anybody about anything. So I was drawing, and I'll put it on the screen here. That's kind of how my brain works when I'm like this. I draw stuff like this all the time. I've lost a lot of it, but I do draw like this a lot. I mean, sometimes I'm completely fine when I draw it, but after I do draw it and I'm completely fine, I kind of think about it a little bit. And then I move on to draw stuff like this. Or paint stuff like this. Because I'm gonna have up and down days, but it's okay, because everybody has days like that. I get through it, no matter how much my brain is beating me up. And I have a couple poems that I have fallen in love with that I've written, and I want to share them with you, but I don't know if I want to try and make an animation or make a skit out of it. But I will share them with you guys. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it. Anyways, I love you. Bye. Oh, and enjoy my new outro.